Richard Sherman, apparently NFL offseason, he's got a little too much time on his hands because he was partying. Now, he says that he only had 2 margaritas, boys. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if you want to be admitting that.
Yeah, 2 margaritas from Chili's.
Yeah, multiply that by 2.
That's what Richard Sherman is saying here. But Richard Sherman yesterday was arrested for DUI in Washington State. Now, as we speak right now, Sunday morning coming into Sunday afternoon, he's still in jail. And reportedly, he's still going to be in jail until Monday when they do have a hearing set for the conditions of his release. But we are starting to get some more description of exactly what happened. Richard Sherman remains in custody following arrest for suspicion of DUI. Via CNN, court documents show that Sherman was going 79 miles an hour in a 60-mile-an-hour zone. That's nothing crazy. At roughly 2 a.m. Saturday in Bellevue, Washington. Per the paperwork, the authorities asked Sherman if he consumed alcohol. He said he had 2 margaritas. The article at CNN says Sherman agreed to a voluntary test. The type isn't specified. Usually, they ask to submit to breathalyzer. Technically, Sherman was arrested for suspicion of DUI. Court documents indicate his eyes were bloodshot and watery, and authorities noticed an odor of intoxicants. Now, in March of 2022, Richard Sherman did get in trouble for DUI shit as well. And he ended up pleading out to something different, to something basically just like some sort of reckless driving or something like that. But that 2-year period of them monitoring him is not over. So it could be bad news for Richard Sherman. Obviously works for Amazon Prime as a commentator. He's on Fox Sports 1. It's undisputed. But what do you guys think about this?
Do you think there might have been any other substances, maybe marijuana, that might have been involved in this as well?
There's no mention of it.
I think we would have found out about
the bloodshot, watery eyes. I mean, do people's eyes get bloodshot when they're drunk?
I guess it depends. If you're having margaritas and crying, maybe he was having a good he was having a good cry session with his boys at Chili's. After 2 margaritas.
So that's the thing. If he was at fucking Chili's drinking margaritas, dude, those margaritas at Chili's are like bowls. They're like huge. So yeah, I mean, maybe he had 2 margaritas at Chili's, which is essentially like maybe 6 margaritas anywhere else. I mean, dude. It's tough to say, man, because in the NFL, you have Henry Ruggs doing bad decisions and speeding. Yeah, granted, Henry Ruggs was going fucking astronomically fast.
Yeah.
But then you just had Patrick Mahomes Sr. just 2 weeks ago get popped for a DUI.
His third DUI or something.
Third
At
DUI.
least his third one.
And Richard Sherman's like, oh, Patrick Mahomes Sr., 3rd DUI? Well, hold my beer or hold my margarita, literally. Let me get a second one right now. I mean, he's a grown-ass man. He makes his own decisions, but clearly this wasn't a good one.
No. The thing is, right now, he doesn't have to work. This isn't during the NFL season, and he's not always on Undisputed anyway. I believe he was only really there for the NFL season, so I don't know if he's going to be back until, next season. But right now, it's kind of hard to gauge what's going to happen with him right now at this point because we're projecting ahead right now, and the NFL season doesn't even start until basically September. So who knows? Maybe they'll forget about it by then.
The reality is, if this is all there is to the story, dude has 2 margaritas, maybe is like right at the limit or something like that, which would kind of be crazy. Yeah, and gets pulled over, it's whatever. If you're a guy who got off charges for drunk driving basically 2 years before, and now you're on a 2-year probationary period, that's fucking really stupid. Like that's a really fucking retarded thing to do. That would make the retardedness go up the next level more than just somebody having 2 drinks at dinner and driving home. Okay. I'm not sitting here trying to crucify Richard Sherman for that. However, since he is still in that probationary period, that 2 years of monitoring what he's doing after getting out of charges stemming from drunk driving shit, that could be something different. And that's probably the reason that Richard Sherman is still in jail right now, that he hasn't been released, that he's not going to be released until Monday, because of something like this. So we'll see what happens.
And it's possible he can actually really go to jail this time. I mean, I don't know the laws in Washington, probably pretty lenient, considering it's Washington. But I don't know. I can see him doing, 30 days in jail or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, he didn't do any jail time last time, but that was because they kind of were like, hey, we're going to monitor you. Don't do anything bad for 2 years. Well, he's almost at the end of 2 years, and, not good for Richard Sherman.